Hello everybody and welcome back to Bring Your Own Popcorn. So today we are back with another first time watching video, and once again we're off to the cinema. I have been so looking forward to this movie. It has been really highly anticipated since I heard it was being made, and that film is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm a big MCU fan, as you guys know, and honestly, Guardians of the Galaxy, the first two films, are two of my favourite Marvel films ever. The first one I think is just such a fun time. I didn't appreciate it fully on my first watch, but with rewatches I really learned to appreciate that film. And Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is actually one of my favourite MCU films. It is in my top 5 and has one of the best endings of a movie ever, in my opinion. I truly love the ending of that film. So I'm really looking forward to seeing number 3. I know nothing about it. It literally came out yesterday, I believe. So I'm really looking forward to it. I know no plot points, nothing at all. I've stayed away from spoilers so much. I have heard rumours that there are going to be a couple deaths of some of the Guardians in this film, which I'm not looking forward to because I am so connected with these characters. I will probably bawl my eyes out. But that's okay. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. So I'm actually going with my friend Harvey, so hopefully he'll be in the video too. I'm just going to pick him up in about 10 minutes, and then we're going to head to my local cinema. We're going to get some lunch, and then we are going to go see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm so excited, and I'm excited to take you guys along on the journey. Okay, Harvey should be out any second. I've just messaged him to say I'm here, and he said I'll be out in a sec, so hopefully any second now we'll capture him on candid camera. Here he comes. Harvey, welcome to the Bring Your Own Popcorn channel. I can imagine it's a privilege. How are you?
I'm great. I'm feeling towards the day we got planned.
Yes,
you know?
We've got a big day planned. Food and then a film.
Yeah.
A massive day.
It's massively complex.
Are you looking forward to the movie?
Actually, yeah. I'm not so anything about it, but I'm quite excited to be honest.
That's what I was saying in my intro. I was like, I know nothing about it. Like, literally not even like a plot or like anything.
I know that Will word P. Or his second
Will
name.
Poulter.
Yes, that
person. Will P. Yeah, the classic actor. He's in it.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Okay, fair enough. What's your thoughts on the first two Guardians films?
The first one, I think this is you kind of go. Everyone likes the first one.
Yeah, sure.
Second one, I quite like the second one.
Yeah, I really like the second one. Second one's probably one of my favourite Marvel films. Don't know how controversial that is.
I don't know either.
Right, let's get on the move because we need to get lunch and then we need to go see the film.
YouTube.
We'll all fly away together. One last time. Into the forever and beautiful sky. We are
Okay, just out of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'll do my full review later, but Harvey?
Yes.
Quick thoughts, what did you think?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Pretty good.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
8 or 10.
8 out of 10?
8 out of 10.
Is there anything you particularly liked, particularly didn't like?
Could have done more of Adam Warlock, I think.
Okay,
sure. I don't know much about him, but I feel like we still could have done more shit.
Okay. Yeah, they could have elaborated a bit.
And what I liked was the rest of it.
And you liked the rest of it?
Yeah.
You guys will see my full review now. thank you for being on the channel, Harvey. It's a pleasure.
I'll never be on here again.
Okay, so Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Wow, I wish every Marvel movie could be as good as this. This movie was absolutely incredible. I'm a massive fan of the other two Guardians of the Galaxy films, as I said, 2 being my, well, it was my favourite, and one of my favourite Marvel movies of all time. This has became my favourite Guardians of the Galaxy film. I thought this movie was absolutely incredible. I'll first touch on the direction. James Gunn is easily one of the best superhero directors working right now. He just has the correct style that complements the characters that he chooses very, very well. I think his set design, his character design, his colors, the colors that he uses in the film, they just look awesome. His world building is excellent. He really creates these imaginative and creative worlds that honestly I don't know how anyone could think these things up. But his worlds are genuinely incredible, and I thought the character design, especially here, was just phenomenal. Really phenomenal. And the set design was beautiful too. Everything looked just so unique and so imaginative. Like even when they're like running about a spaceship, you could have this very simple, like basic set design of a spaceship, but he manages to make them look really unique, which is something that I just think is incredible. His cinematography here is absolutely phenomenal. There's some beautiful one like shot action scenes where the camera does not cut at all, and yeah, there might be some special effects going on to make it look like one shot. It's not actually one shot, but it still looks absolutely amazing. The CGI and effects, like the practical effects as well, because I do like how James Gunn uses a lot of practical effects in his films. I think the CGI is some of the best CGI we've ever had in Marvel history. It looks absolutely amazing. Some of the shots are just gorgeously created with special effects. They look absolutely incredible. And his practical effects, nobody does practical effects like him anymore. There are genuinely some effects that are just full on just makeup, and you could have easily done it with CGI. It probably took you half the time, half the money, but he knows that a practical effect will look better. He knows exactly where to use practical effects and where to use CGI, and that's something that I really, really appreciate. Yeah, I absolutely loved the direction of this film. I think James Gunn is a genius, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with DC, because I know he's kind of taking over the DC universe now. I'm very excited to see what he does with that stuff, especially the new Superman movie that's coming out. Really, really interested to see that. And I do hope that he comes back to the MCU to direct something in the future. I doubt he will now that he's taking over DC, but I really do hope that he comes back to direct something for the MCU in the future, because he is genuinely probably is my favourite MCU director. Let's touch on the story. I thought the story was brilliant. I really wanted, after number 2, for them to delve into Rocket's backstory, and lo and behold, this is what this film's central premise is. It really touches on Rocket's backstory and tells it in a very unique and emotional way. And I thought all that stuff was truly incredible. The story handles its characters so delicately, I think's the word. It knows how to handle these characters. It knows when to be emotional, when to be funny, when to be action and adventure. It just knows each step to take. A bit unlike, Thor: Love and Thunder, which my main criticism of that movie is it didn't know how to handle tonality and where to be funny and where to be serious. This film really does know where to be funny and where to be serious. And that is something that I think people don't appreciate enough, is a good tone and how to change tones with ease. And that is something that this film does fantastically. The story is brilliant. The humour is there. It takes maybe a bit of a back step, this film, the humour. But I still really... I didn't mind the humour taking a back step, is what I'm trying to say. And when it was funny, it was really funny. It didn't miss a single joke for me. I thought it was hilarious, as per always. And yeah, the central story is really good. It's brilliant seeing these characters just go about being these characters. It is genuinely amazing just watching them wreak havoc on the universe, I guess you could say. And yeah, they're all brilliant characters, and the story is just truly fantastic. It could have maybe done with being a bit shorter. I did think it was slightly on the long side. Maybe a couple points in the first act could have been cut down a little bit. But yeah, I thought the story was pretty much near perfect, and I really loved how this kind of tied up the Guardians of the Galaxy story. They each got their own ending. Each of the characters got their own ending, and I was really happy with every single one of the characters' endings. Absolutely incredible. And let's talk about the performances. Another great round of performances by pretty much everyone here. Chris Pratt really surprised me in this one and gives his best performance of Star-Lord to date. You see a real different side to his character in this one, a much more emotional, a much more on the edge side to his character. Normally he's just a funny, going about his everyday business character, almost maybe the comic relief in places. Here he's playing this role very, very seriously. And while he still cracks jokes every so often, you really see him at a more vulnerable side, which I truly loved. And yeah, I command? That's not a word. Well, it is a word, but it shouldn't be used in this context. I really appreciate Chris Pratt's performance, is what I'm trying to say. I commend him. Commend's the right word. I commend his performance. I thought Dave Bautista, Karen Gillan, Pom Clementif, were all fantastic. They probably gave their best performances here too, especially Karen Gillan. Karen Gillan really surprised me with how good she was here. I thought she was fantastic. The only person I wasn't too fussed on was Zoe Saldana as Gamora. And I'm not putting that down to her being a bad actress, because she's not. She's a fantastic actress. But I put that down to her playing a much more different side of Gamora. She plays a Gamora that we've never seen before, so she needs to take the role very, very differently. And I think she does a good job at that. It's just, I think because she's trying to settle into a new version of Gamora, her performance lacks a little bit. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, all the performances were really good. I can't remember the guy who plays the villain, but he's brilliant. Bradley Cooper gives an exceptional voice performance as Rocket. Will Poulter's great. Oh, I can't say his name. Will Poulter is great as Adam Warlock. Yeah, just fantastic performances all round. And they really they pull off the funny really well, but they also really pull off the emotion, which is something that I think people overlook with the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. These actors can really pull off the emotion when they need to. The score, as in the soundtrack, I'll talk about the soundtrack first. The soundtrack isn't as good as the previous two films, in my opinion. I thought it lacked a little. A lot of the songs were, I don't want to say basic, but basic. They were the kind of songs that I was expecting them to pick, which I didn't love. But it still wasn't a bad soundtrack by any means. There were some really good uses of songs. Creep at the start of the movie is an exceptional use of that song, in my opinion. Yeah, I did think the soundtrack maybe lacked a little, but still a good soundtrack. Just not as good as the other two films. And the score, I thought the score was fantastic in this one. The actual instrumental music, it was emotional, it was epic, it was just wow. I don't know who composed this, but you did a fantastic job. I don't know if it's the same as the other two Guardians films, but the composer, you've done an incredible job. Absolutely amazing. Overall, I think Guardians of the Galaxy 3, well, I don't think, I know it's became one of my favourite MCU films of all time. I thought the way it handled the emotional vulnerability of these characters mixed with the humour, mixed with the sheer heart, it just created this epic. That's what it's called, an epic. It created an epic. And thank you, James Gunn, for delivering some of the, probably one of my favourite movie trilogies of all time now. Because genuinely every one of these movies I'd probably give a 9 out of 10 to, because I absolutely enjoy them. So, surprise, surprise, this film gets from me a 9 out of 10. It was just fantastic, and I would really recommend you go see it in the cinema, because it's definitely one to see on the big screen. So guys, thank you for watching this video. There will be more videos coming out very, very soon. I promise. I know I've been away again for a little bit, but I've got a lot more free time now, so a lot more videos will be coming very soon. I've also got this little thing you can probably see around my neck. This is a small microphone. I thought my sound in the previous videos weren't great. I actually record these right next to my boiler, so sometimes you heard the hiss of the boiler. So hopefully this little guy on my neck at the top of my t-shirt will cut out any background noise, basically, and you can only hear my voice. Let me know down in the comments if you think this has been an improvement. I think it will be a vast improvement, and hopefully my videos will become a little more bearable with good sound. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. It really helps the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.